You finish your grocery shopping on a Wednesday evening, walk out to the parking lot with your bags, and discover that someone has parked their massive bright yellow Hummer illegally across the fire lane directly in front of your car, completely blocking you in. And when you finally find the owner after an hour of waiting, she laughs in your face and says, "I'll move when I'm ready. I'm shopping," and walks away. And then you call a tow truck and watch her face absolutely crumble when she comes running out screaming as her precious Hummer is being lifted onto a flatbed. This is exactly what happened to Tyler Rodriguez at Riverside Plaza Shopping Center on an ordinary Wednesday that turned into the most satisfying example of instant karma ever recorded. And what this entitled Karen didn't know was that Tyler had photographic evidence, the property manager on speed dial, and a tow truck driver named Big Mark who'd been waiting his whole career for a moment exactly like this. Let me take you back to that Wednesday afternoon when Tyler, a 28-year-old accountant, stopped at Riverside Plaza on his way home from work to grab groceries for dinner. His wife had texted him a shopping list, and he figured he'd get in and out quickly since it was midweek and the lot wouldn't be too crowded. Tyler pulled his silver Honda Civic into a perfectly legal parking space in the middle row, space of 47 right in front of the grocery store, checked that he was within the lines, locked his car, and headed inside with his reusable shopping bags like a responsible adult. He spent maybe 40 minutes inside, grabbed produce, picked up chicken for fajitas, debated whether they needed more paper towels, decided yes, and stood in the checkout line behind an elderly couple paying with exact change. So it took a little longer than planned, but nothing unusual. Tyler paid, loaded his bags into his cart, and pushed it out through the automatic doors into the late afternoon sunshine. Already thinking about getting home, and he walked across the parking lot toward his car. But as he got closer, his steps slowed, and his brain struggled to process what he was seeing. There, parked perpendicular directly in front of his Honda, taking up the entire fire lane, which was clearly painted in bright yellow with "No Parking Fire Lane" written in massive letters, was a bright yellow Hummer H2 so massive it looked like it was compensating for something. And the vanity license plate read Queemb because apparently subtlety died. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe to HOA Karen Tales for more wild Karen stories. Tyler stood there with his grocery cart, staring at this situation, and did the math in his head. The Hummer was parked so close to his front bumper and at such an angle that there was literally no physical way for him to pull out without scraping his car along the Hummer's side. And even if he tried a 17-point turn, the fire lane space wasn't wide enough. He was completely, thoroughly, impossibly blocked in. Tyler walked around both vehicles, checking all angles, and nope, he was trapped. So he did what any reasonable person would do. He looked around the parking lot to see if the Hummer's owner was nearby, maybe just running in quickly. He waited 5 minutes standing by his car, checking his phone, watching people walk by, but nobody came. Tyler noticed the Hummer had multiple bumper stickers, including "My other car is also better than yours," and "Boss Lady on board," and a stick figure. Family decal where the mom figure was 3 times larger than everyone, else which should have been his first clue about the owner's personality. After 10 minutes of waiting, Tyler walked back into the grocery store and asked the customer service desk to make an announcement. Would the owner of a yellow Hummer, "License plate Queen Bee, please come to your vehicle in the parking lot. You're blocking another car." The teenager at the counter made the announcement over the store's PA system, and Tyler waited by the entrance for another 10 minutes, but nobody came. He went back outside, checked his car again, still blocked, and noticed an elderly man, Mr. Frank Kowalski, walking slowly with his cane and grocery bags, and the old man stopped and said, "That's been there for at least 45 minutes. I saw it when I went in. Parked right across the fire lane like they own the place." Tyler thanked him and asked, "Did you see who parked it?" And Mr. Kowalski shook his head but said, "I'll wait with you if you want." "I don't like bullies." Tyler, grateful for the solidarity, said, "I appreciate that," and they stood together in the parking lot while Tyler considered his options. He called the non-emergency police line, explained the situation, and the dispatcher said, "Sir, since it's private property, we can't ticket or tow." You'll need to contact the property management, but if it's a fire lane violation, the shopping center can absolutely have it towed. Tyler thanked her, then searched online for Riverside Plaza Management, found a number, called and got through to Janet Wu, the property manager, who sounded thoroughly annoyed but not surprised, and said, "I'll be there in 10 minutes. And yes, we can have vehicles towed from fire lanes. That's a safety violation." While Tyler waited, he took photos with his phone from multiple angles showing his legally parked Honda, the yellow Hummer blocking him, the clearly painted "No Parking Fire Lane" on the ground, the red and white "No Parking Fire Lane" sign on the post literally 2 feet from the Hummer, the license plate Queemb, and a wide shot showing the entire situation. He also took a video walking around narrating, "It's 5:47 p.m. I'm blocked in by this Hummer that's been here for over an hour. Parked illegally in a fire lane just to document everything. Mr. Kowalski," still waiting nearby on a bench, called over, "You should post that video online. People need to see this kind of nonsense." Tyler smiled and said, "I might just do that." 20 minutes passed, still no Hummer owner, but Janet Wu arrived in her burgundy blazer and professional no-nonsense demeanor, took one look at the situation and said, "Yeah, that's getting towed. That's a clear fire lane violation, and they're blocking a legally parked vehicle, double offense." She made a phone call right there. "Mark? It's Janet at Riverside Plaza. I've got a vehicle blocking the fire lane and trapping another customer. Can you come out?" "Perfect. See you in 15. She turned to Tyler and said, "Big Mark's Towing is our contracted tow company. They'll be here soon, and the owner of the Hummer will be responsible for all towing and impound fees." Tyler felt a wave of relief mixed with anticipation, and Janet took her own photos for the shopping center's records. Then said, "I'm going to go inside and make one more announcement. And if the owner doesn't come out in 5 minutes, we're towing." She went back into the store, and over the PA system came a very official announcement. "Final notice. The owner of a yellow Hummer, license plate Queemb, parked in the fire lane, your vehicle will be towed in 5 minutes if you do not move it immediately." They waited. 4 minutes, 50 seconds, nobody came. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button and share this video to support HOA Karen Tales. Right at the 5-minute mark, Big Mark's heavy-duty red and white tow truck rumbled into the parking lot with its yellow beacon light rotating, and out stepped Marcus Big Mark Johnson, a 6'4" mountain of a man in navy coveralls and a reflective safety vest, who took one look at the yellow Hummer and literally laughed out loud, saying, "Oh man, another I park where I want situation. Let's take care of this." He walked around the Hummer, checked the fire lane markings, nodded at Janet, who showed him her authorization, and said to Tyler, "Sorry you got stuck dealing with this, brother, but we'll have you out in about 10 minutes. Big Mark went to work with professional efficiency, positioned his tow truck, pulled out the massive metal wheel lift mechanism, started securing the Hummer's rear wheels onto the lift platform, and that's when the universe delivered perfect timing. From inside the shopping center, the automatic doors burst open and out stormed Donna Mitchell, a 49-year-old woman in a neon pink crop top that was fighting for its life, acid-wash bedazzled denim capris, platform wedge sandals, ash blonde spiky hair that looked like she'd stuck her finger in an electrical socket, oversized tortoiseshell sunglasses, and enough gold jewelry to open a pawn shop. She was carrying multiple shopping bags from the nail salon and a Starbucks cup. And the moment she saw the tow truck, her jaw dropped. Her hot pink lips formed a perfect O of shock, and she screamed, "What are you doing to my car?" and started running, well, waddling quickly across the parking lot in her platform wedges. Big Mark, who didn't even pause in his work, calmly said, "Ma'am, your vehicle is being towed for illegally parking in a fire lane and blocking another vehicle." Donna reached the scene, dropped her shopping bags, and shrieked, "You can't tow my car!" "I was only inside for a few minutes." Tyler, who'd been standing there for over 90 minutes at this point, said calmly, "Ma'am, you've been parked there for at least an hour and a half. I've been waiting, and you blocked me in." Donna whirled on him and snapped, "Well, maybe you should have parked somewhere else. And Tyler, maintaining composure, said, "I'm parked legally in a marked space. You're parked illegally in a fire lane." Donna's face turned red, clashing with her pink tie. "And you're blocking a legally parked customer." Donna sputtered, "I didn't see any signs." And Janet pointed directly at the massive no parking fire lane, painted on the ground, literally under the Hummer and the red and white signpost 2 feet away, and said, "Those signs." Donna, realizing she had no leg to stand on, changed tactics and turned to Big Mark with a sugary fake voice. "Sweetie, can't you just let this go? I'll move my car right now, no harm done." Big Mark, who was not born yesterday and had probably heard every excuse in the book, said without looking up from securing the chains, "Ma'am, once the tow process has started and I've been dispatched by the property manager, I'm legally obligated to complete the tow. You'll need to pick up your vehicle from the impound lot." Donna's face went from fake sweet to genuinely panicked, and she gasped, "How much is that going to cost?" And Big Mark said matter-of-factly, "Towing fee is $275 plus $45 per day impound storage, plus the property's administrative fees." Donna's eyes nearly popped out of her head, and she turned back to Janet and said, "This is outrageous. I'm a customer here. I spend thousands of dollars at these stores." Janet, completely unmoved, said, "And our customers who park legally shouldn't be trapped for hours because you decided the fire lane was your personal parking spot. Want to hear the craziest HOA tales every week? Subscribe to HOA Karen Tales and never miss out." Donna, now desperate, pulled out her phone and said, "I'm calling the police. This is theft." And she actually dialed 911, and when the operator answered, Donna dramatically said, "Yes, someone is stealing my car from a parking lot." Tyler could hear the operator's patient voice asking questions, and Donna had to explain it was a tow truck. And apparently the operator told her it was a civil matter and to contact the towing company, because Donna's face went from triumphant to deflated in seconds, and she hung up muttering, "Useless." She tried one more angle, turning to Tyler with crocodile tears forming. "Please. I'm a single mother. I can't afford this. Can't you just let me move my car?" Tyler, who'd seen her boss lady bumper stickers and her designer shopping bags, said, "Ma'am, you had multiple opportunities over the past hour and a half to move your car, including 2 PA announcements, and you ignored them. I just want to go home to my wife." Mr. Kowalski, still sitting on the bench watching like it was better than Netflix, called out, "Lady, you parked like a jerk. Deal with the consequences." And a few other shoppers who'd gathered to watch actually clapped. Donna realized she'd lost, and her desperation turned to rage. She screamed at Big Mark, "You're going to regret this. I know people. I'll have your license revoked." Big Mark, securing the final chain, said calmly, "Ma'am, I'm licensed and insured. I have authorization from the property manager, and I'm following all legal protocols. Threatening me won't change anything." The Hummer's rear wheels lifted off the ground with a mechanical whir, and Donna actually started crying. Not sad crying, but angry, frustrated tears, and she yelled, "Fine, but I'm never shopping here again." Janet said coolly, "That's your choice, ma'am, but your vehicle is still being impounded." Big Mark finished securing the Hummer, handed Donna a receipt with the impound lot address and her tow case number, and said, "You can pick it up at 4200 Industrial Drive. Bring your license, registration, and payment. We take cash or card." He climbed into his truck, and as he started pulling away with the bright yellow Hummer suspended behind him, its Queen license plate hanging like a badge of shame, Donna stood in the parking lot screaming, "This is discrimination! I'm calling my lawyer!" Several bystanders pulled out their phones recording, and someone yelled, "Karen getting towed," which made everyone laugh. Tyler, finally free, thanked Janet profusely, thanked Mr. Kowalski for staying with him, and got into his Honda, which started perfectly, backed out easily now that the obstruction was gone, and he drove away as Donna stood surrounded by her dropped shopping bags, sobbing into her phone. The story went viral because Tyler posted his before and after video on TikTok with the caption, "Blocked in for 90 minutes by a Karen in a fire lane tow truck. Justice was perfect." And it got 8.5 million views in 3 days. The comments were golden. The way she ran out in her platform wedges sent me, "Queen license plate aged like milk. Big Mark is my hero." and that crop top was a crime. The parking was just extra. The shopping center's Google reviews got dozens of posts praising Janet Wu for enforcing rules, and Big Mark's Towing got a flood of 5-star reviews saying, "Finally, a tow company that doesn't mess around." As for Donna, she did try to call a lawyer, but when she explained the situation, parked in a fire lane, blocking another car, multiple announcements, photographic evidence, the lawyer apparently told her she had no case and she'd just have to pay the fees. She posted a rant on the shopping center's Facebook page calling them thieves and discriminatory. But it backfired when dozens of people commented with Tyler's viral video and photos people had taken of her screaming in the parking lot, and she ended up deleting her account. Donna eventually paid $320 to get her Hummer out of impound, base fee plus 1-day storage. And according to people who saw her, she showed up to the lot on Thursday morning, still in her ridiculous platform wedges, paid with a credit card while complaining to the impound clerk who apparently just said, "Ma'am, you parked in a fire lane. That's a violation." And she drove away in her yellow Hummer, presumably to find another fire lane to block. Meanwhile, Tyler got home 2 hours later than planned. His wife made fajitas anyway because she's awesome, and they watched Tyler's video go viral together while eating dinner. He later posted a follow-up video thanking Big Mark and Janet Wu, and Big Mark's Towing actually gave him a $50 gift card to a local restaurant as a thanks for your patience gesture. The shopping center put up additional fire lane tow-away zone signs to make it even clearer, though anyone with functioning eyeballs could see the original signs. 3 months later, Tyler was back at the same shopping center and ran into Big Mark, who recognized him and said, "Hey, you're the fire lane guy. That video made my week, man. I've been doing this 20 years, and that was top 5 most satisfying tows. Thanks for watching HOA Karen Tales, where every Karen story has a twist. Like, share, and subscribe for more drama from the neighborhood." The moral of this story? The rules apply to everyone, even if you have a vanity plate that says Queen B. And if you think fire lanes are suggestions and other people's time doesn't matter, eventually you'll meet someone like Big Mark who has a tow truck and zero patience for entitlement. And sometimes the most satisfying justice isn't dramatic confrontation. It's just watching physics and municipal codes do their thing while someone who thought they were above the rules learns they very much are not. And remember, if you're going to park like a jerk, make sure you're not doing it in a bright yellow Hummer with a vanity plate, because that's going to be very easy to identify in viral videos, and maybe, just maybe, treat other people's time with the same respect you expect for yours. Or be prepared to pay $320 to learn that lesson from an impound lot.